worthwhile. But I think on a map like Juggernaut, it is a really, really good idea. Especially if you take that pocket third. We'll talk about that a little bit more, though, as we intro the players, as we have spawning up in the top right. It is the, I would say, surprise of this group so far. Has a still in it at this point. It is the Blue Protoss player, Strange.
And his opponent in the bottom left, in the red, he is representing Oplon Esports. I like that logo. It is the Red Zerg player from France, struggling a little bit, needs a win, Denver.
And yeah, no, so if we take a look at this this pocket third, if you take that pocket third, you can get creep pretty far forward and basically get those queens to the acceleration zones and really, really cut down the rush distance of this map. It is, of course, a very wide open third and wide open area between the naturals, so shield batteries are a little bit less effective on this map. It is a pretty powerful Queen Walk build. I don't think, or Queen Walk map. I don't think it's as good as, let's say, Light Shade.
Yes.
But I would say, or well, maybe not Beckett either. Beckett's a very, very, very good Queen Walk build.
Yeah, because
of the rush distance. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the use in meters. Nice to see that.
Thank you. So far, everything pretty standard. Hatch pool, there's no gas. Oh, there is gas, sorry. Hatch gas pool, yep, everything's standard there. Cybercore coming after Nexus as a result of this. Our Protoss player did go for a little scout, is just going to make sure. He wants to know what third is taken. It's very, very important here on this map, as Steadfast pointed out. It gives you some information as to what is being planned. This is strange, though. Our very talented observer has noticed a probe going out for a walk, and this is going to be a hidden building. And I think in this location, is this most likely Dark Shrine?
That is a really, really tough one to call. It could be Dark Shrine. It is far enough forward that it could be Stargate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is here, Denver is going to see the lack of Warp Gate, and that's going to tell him, like, yeah, there's a Stargate coming down, most likely. Like, it's man, what is this? He builds a Stargate at home, so he's just got this probe chilling right now. Denver, though, okay, never mind. For some reason, I was like, that third hatchery is late. No, it was exactly timed, Steadfast. What's wrong with you? I like panicked because I saw units going across the map.
A dip coming out now. He's going to go and take a little pushy poke here at the natural and the third, see what is going on, make sure there's not too many drones, keep his opponent nice and modest. The Stargate will be finishing up, I imagine, at this quick. With the priority on it, that a Oracle Ray, Void Ray makes the most sense. That's what I was saying. But this probe down here in the southeast, to me, still makes no sense. It's now patrolling. It's certainly queuing up to do something. Maybe he hides a second Stargate, possibly, or maybe he just drops a gateway here for a proxy. I think second Stargate is what makes the most sense in my head, but it's like, why send it this early? Obviously, he didn't want it scouted. There's a lot of lost mining time. Oracle is the follow-up, which I don't hate by any means. This is very strange, Steadfast.
Yeah, so this was definitely an attempt to avoid the Overlord seeing it. So he has sent this. You are right. He sent this extremely early. And the fact that he still hasn't built anything, okay, Twilight Council comes down.
Okay.
Is he going to
Pylon?
fake? I think he's going to fake Resonating Glaives if this gets scouted, and I think you're right. I think it's going to be Proxy Dark Shrine.
Yeah, I think you're completely correct there at this point. Strange build, definitely. It's a pun because that's his name. Twilight Council is getting close to finish. We haven't seen the Overlord speed come in here for Denver like some of the top European Zergs do, so scouting will actually be very difficult. The Oracle going to head up into the main right now. I do believe there is a spore. Okay, so we should see that Dark Shrine go down very, very shortly.
I actually think this is going to be... I think this is going to be like a ton. Yeah. This is going to be Resonating Glaives all in. The only thing I'm confused about is he has a ton of gas, which makes me think he might go for an Archon play. Oh my, and he's getting. Okay. Nope. I don't understand now. It's that's +1 air weapons. Okay. No. He is showing Denver that he's going +1 air weapon. This is going to make Denver think that this is a very, very quick Stargate. I think this is going to make him think this is a 2-base carrier build.
Yes, yeah, I think you're completely right there, because Strange has been doing builds like that, actually. We've seen a couple of them in this event. And I know Strange does it on the ladder. It's very popular in Korea right now. We saw Art do that build a couple of days back, where he went to base carrier and actually managed to win a series with Korean Ping. But of course, yeah, +1 air weapons is most likely going to... he might let it finish just to get the Void Ray some oomph, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets cancelled before all is said and done. Of course, there is no third now, 5.5 minutes in. Extraordinarily late. Roaches on the way. They're going to be useful here. How many are we looking at? Just 2, though.
Yeah, I think he is actually prepping for a Queen Walk build.
Oh
but here we come
gosh.
with the Adepts. This is so much stuff. Strange just mining that gas to show Denver, and now the Adepts show up, and Denver is in panic mode right now.
Yeah.
The Queen's creating a kind of makeshift wall, which is actually really nice, but one of them does get taken down. Second one will go down.
Oh,
Meanwhile, though, look at the
wall.
wall from Denver here. It is not a full wall, but is enough to pinch these Adepts off, and man, what a cool build from Strange, but I don't think it's going to find what it needs.
No, the roaches are now starting to come out en masse. 8 more about to pop out, and Glaive Adepts trade like barely okay. Now, if they can find damage like this along the way, it's okay. I think he needs to kill easily 15 drones, though, for this to be worth it. Another 10 probably need to go down. The Adepts are doing a good job of staying alive a long time, and now they're going to get behind the mineral line here and start to pick off a decent number of drones. This is going okay. Worker count now is relatively even. I still don't think it was quite enough. And at the other side, there were some Lings that managed to get into the natural as well and just be disruptive. +1 air weapons is going to complete. Fleet Beacon, 2 more Stargates. Third has gone down. But this is too greedy. Look at the attack coming across the map.
Yeah, this is a kind of a classic move these days. Is Adept pushes into 3 Stargate Void Ray with Flux Veins, but you need Void Rays for that. He's only got 1 on the field, and that Sentry is going to get sniped.
Go.
There is nothing to hold on against this.
I mean, 17 versus 71 army supply. Flip the numbers and you've got it right. Roach has not been able to get in just yet, and given an infinite amount of time, then maybe Strange is able to hold, but he needs an infinite amount of time. And unfortunately, the Queens are going to head across the map as well to even make that not the case. The Queen Walk does get to happen. We do get to see it in full effect here off the back of a very odd game. The third will need to be completely given up here. Maybe. Oh my god, he's going double Tempest already.
Tempests are very good against Queens. They're much better against Queens than Void Rays are. Unless, you have, like, overwhelming number of Voids. But he's not going to have the time, and he is just going to get absolutely run over right here, even losing a Void Ray. No shield batteries in the natural.
Nope.
First Queen does get blocked by this force field, but the Transfuse keeps it alive forever. And Denver, after holding a build that he actually didn't scout, he turns that into a game 1 victory. Very, very well done. Yeah,
it was certainly an unusual game there. And I like unusual and indefinite. It was fun to see. I like the Glaive Adepts builds. It was all kind of wild. As we said, that probe went out so early. The push didn't manage to do enough. I feel like it was teetering on the edge, where if he'd killed maybe 5, 6, 7 more workers and had another Void Ray or 2, maybe we'd have seen a different story there. But I mean, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So it's a lot of ifs and buts. We move on to Lightshade as our next map here. Tell me what you think about Lightshade here. Is this going to be looking good for Denver, or should Denver be a little scared?
This is still a pretty good Zerg map. I think you're totally okay with that. Strange. So something really unfortunate about that build is I mentioned the gas, that he was up at like 700 gas, and that was purely to try and fool Denver. But Denver didn't even scout the gases at the natural. So it's really unfortunate for him, because, if he'd maybe built 2 more gateways, or like if his build was just a little bit more streamlined instead of trying to be very, very, I guess, fooly, very, very, like trying to fool his opponent. I think that, maybe he has more Adepts when he pushes, or the Stargate transition comes down quicker. And instead of, 1 Void Ray, maybe it's 4 Void Rays out with +1. And then by the time the Queens show up, maybe there actually is enough to hold.
Yeah. Also, I don't batteries, know. Even just having a battery in the natural or the third would have made a very different matter. He lost 1 Void Ray so early. But that game is now, it's gone. It is done. Strange was able to lose that one. as I get my players mixed up. That was a good save. You see that? Our first player in the top left. Let me get this correct. 1-0. I am so confused right now. Here we go. There we go. Our first player in the top left. He is the Protoss player. Did not manage to make his funky builds work out in the first game. Representing Russia in the blue, it's Strange.
And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right, the Frenchman from Opilon. It is Denver. Keeping his hopes alive in this this group. To be honest, when I think of Denver, I always think of the most underrated Zerg player in Europe. That's what I think of. Not because, he's not well known or people don't think he's good, but because he is so overshadowed by so many insanely talented Zerg players. And
I don't disagree. I think you're correct there, Dave. I'm trying to think if I can think of anyone else who's maybe a little more underrated. There are some that I do think are underrated, but not. They don't quite have the highs of Denver. I think there's players, of course, like B from the 3D clan. Some of the Russian guys are extraordinarily good. And don't get the praise they deserve for being as good as they are in online cups, but they don't quite get to, like we said, Denver, specifically in winter of last year when he had just been diagnosed with COVID. Like, he just came out and it was like it had given him a superpower. He was unbelievable. This event, he's not been quite at the highest we've seen of him, but some of his games I watch and I'm like, how are you so good? And that last one, I do agree with what you said, where if you try to be so tricky and so confusing, your opponent is just going to go, okay, I'm going to do something safe. That's what Denver did. He was just safe. He made just a few roaches until he saw what was coming, and then he was fine. This game, I think Strange could probably play a bit more standard. I've bigged up his defensive capabilities a lot this event, especially in the Terran matchup. He's been unbelievable at defending pressure. If he can get to 6 gases, work on his 4th, get 7-8 gases, he's a very, very solid player there. So I think trying something in game 1 is okay, but now he probably needs to fall back on what he's best at.
Yeah, PVZ and PVT are such different matches in terms of how you have to approach them as a Protoss player. So in PvT, you can play almost purely defensive. You get lots of scouting, you absorb attacks, you go for zealot run-bys, but you don't have to be aggressive. Where in PvZ, you have to keep the Zerg player honest. And if you don't, you're going to have a really tough time. Oh, look at this. We are going to see the Adept, the Ling trying to get into here, but Strange actually kept the Adept at home. Ring around the Rosy will allow this Ling to get into the natural, but doesn't get into the main and see that Stargate, which is, of course, the main goal there.
No, I agree with what you're saying, actually. Now that I think of it, I do think the onus is, at least on Strange, a little bit to find some... You can't just let the Zerg go up to 90 drones, because in which case he's going to have Hive in like 8 minutes and the game's over. Oracle's a good way to do that. We're just going to see the 1. We've seen some Protoss players go up to 2 or 3 or 4 or sometimes even 5 if they're feeling like pushing the boat out. Lair, this is quite a quick lair, is it not?
Yeah, this is a very quick layer. This is a pre-330 layer.
Yeah.
This is actually extremely fast. And... Ooh.
Talk to me.
That canceled gas makes me think that Denver was maybe thinking Ling-nitis.
Okay.
I don't think we'll see it now, but...
Okay.
Well, I mean...
we won't.
Okay, he's building a Roach Warren. Yeah, I think this is just defensive play for now.
Okay.
It is really interesting, though. It is going to be Oracle first out of Strange. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't mind an Oracle first. A lot of people are sort of, Void Rays. Getting an Oracle, especially if you can catch like this, getting free drones. And also the most important thing with the Oracle is just keeping the energy. This is really nice. Getting 5 with your first Oracle, if he gets any more, that's just gravy at this point. But that's a really, really good start. Not going to get that creep tumor, unfortunately, here. But the Oracle's still going to have a lot of energy. It's going to be able to drop Revelations or Stasis Wards and just be frustrating. And I love defensive Stasis Wards. I think they can absolutely take the sting out of a push. But, I mean, being defensive is what Strange's going to want to be looking to do here, because he's going into what I like to call squeaky bum time, where he does not want anything bad to happen. He needs 3.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of just uninterrupted building so he can get this build off. It is going to be scouted, though, I think, Steadfast. Oh, the Overlord went in. Did it see everything?
No, it only saw the Stargate. That's it. It saw the Stargate and it saw an additional Oracle which is actually really, really unhelpful information. We already see the Lings get a cancel on this third base, which is pretty nice. This is actually... That's actually worse than if he hadn't scouted, I think. Oh, this is cute. He's going to do for a Ling drop here. And that should get the scout, but we're going to see these carriers already well on the way. Now, this is really interesting out of Denver. He used that quick layer to go extremely fast Hydras. He is going to be going for, I think, a big bust off 3 bases and... What is this going to be? 4? Oh, no, he's going to go for 5 gas.
5 gas, yeah. And builds like this, they are most vulnerable to those big busts. You need between 4 and 6 carriers in order to be efficient here. Now we're going to see that Ling drop has that unloaded in the main. Yep, here we go. Ling's going to run in. They now see everything, and there's nothing here to defend. There are barely any units on the ground because, of course, those carriers take so long to produce. 8-9 probes going down immediately. This is devastating damage. Every worker is so key when you're building such expensive units, and the sentry as well could go down here. Gonna get surrounded, will survive. No force field's gonna come out, does have the energy. We also have the third gonna get cancelled once again here. I think Steadfast, he's actually gonna opt to go for the pylon instead, as that third is nearly done. So that's at least a little bit of a win for Strange, but there's already a bunch of Hydras on the way. We're going up to 15 already, and he needs more carriers. He's gonna need them so quick. They will have +1, but either more batteries or more carriers need to come down he needs to warp in carriers at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. No. That +1 air. Oh no! He's got on move command. Oh, that's a dead carrier, and that's half of his fleet.
A dead Strange. How do you hold this? There's no battery. This base is gone again, and it's such an important base. One carrier does not hold between the queens. All of these Hydras. There's no Zealot charge, so the Zealots are just going to get kited and microed. The Interceptors just disappear when there's only 8 of them. This is devastating. This is absolutely the worst thing that could have happened for Strange.
Okay, so Denver right now, he's killed the third base. He already got a carrier. What he does not want to do is give away half of his army, pushing up a ramp with force field. So he is going to rotate to the left. Honestly, I like what he's doing right now. He's droning up. He's going to check on another third base location. He's going to add Evo Chamber, Infestation Pit. I like the concept of him moving a little bit further. Oh, but Stasis Wards, you talked about them already. Nice spot from Denver, though. Does see that Shimmer on the ground. Now, does he see the second one? This could be a really, really devastating situation if he doesn't. But no, we're going to see Strange take the fight. Guardian Shield going to help out a lot with the Interceptors and Ground Army. And Denver, I don't know if this was the fight.
But there's no Interceptors left, Steadfast. Like, absolutely none at this point. They're rebuilding one at a time and trying to come down. All of these sentries will fall down. The shield battery overcharged, and there it is. That is what I was talking about with the defensive Stasis Ward, because now the Interceptors have time to rebuild. We have time for more carriers. And Strange, who was in, like, the scariest situation, oh my god, look at the creep, is now going to have time to just stabilize for a moment, take a deep breath, and try and hold on to this third base that he desperately needs.
Yeah, and, Strange. He should have been in position to force field those Hydras. He will still take out 2 of them, but, man, I really have to say Denver over-pushed right there, and he kind of gave away a little bit of a lead that he's gotten. Now, he is still very far ahead. He's up 18 workers, but he is only on 3 bases. This is still a semi-all-in position from him.
Yeah, I'm with you there. The carrier count is starting to get kind of scary. 4, the 5th is about to pop. I'm not quite sure how far the 6th is, if they are still marred up like that. I imagine they are, in which case 6 carriers is kind of the magic number. Okay, no, we're just hitting 5. 6 is kind of the magic number where you start to feel confident. +2 air weapons, 25% done. Infestors coming in from Denver. Now, if you can hit those big fungals onto the Interceptors, you can take them out quickly with Queens and Hydras. But as you said, the worker count is low. The 4th base is like 4 minutes late, or 3 minutes late here from our Zerg player. Creep is going to be pushed back. I don't know how Strange held on, but I think he kind of has.
Well, yeah, I would say he's actually in a pretty decent position here. Now, I do like the addition of the Carapace here. That's going to help nullify this +1 air weapons, but if Strange can get up to +2, he gets that advantage back up again. Now, this Infestor, I think it is going to be for the legendary meme ability Microbial Shroud, and this is going to be very dangerous here.
Yeah, no, you're completely correct. I forget that ability even exists sometimes, Steadfast. We do see...
As we all do.
Yeah, bunch of Hydras. There are no stasis wards up to the north here. They're not going to find too much. The carrier fleet, the Golden Armada, is just very, very terrifying. Hydra run-by is not something you see every day off of creep. Trying to make sure that there is no fourth base or just find some transfers. Oh my god, if they can get the Cybercore.
He gets +2.
He's going to get it. That's a big denial there from our Zerg player. He'll be feeling great about that one. And now we have a push coming in here. Going to get some pylons, going to get some batteries, going to get the gas geyser. That's so important. 6th gas geyser. And these interceptors are still vulnerable. Now, the carriers have been forced to split up, and they are a unit that really thrive in strength and numbers. But Denver still doesn't have many drones. He's still only at 66. He is getting... Burrow as well as he's just making as many Hydras as he can. I'm just getting scared the longer this goes, the worse it is for Denver.
Yeah, Hydras are not the counter to carriers in large numbers. Now, what I would love to see from Denver is a +2 Carapace coming down. Sniping that +2 air weapons was actually a potentially game-winning move. Because right now it would be done, and that would be a big lead. Now, Denver, though, he does have this Microbial Shroud, and he is going to pop it. Queens are going to try and drop some transfuse. A lot of ground units here, though, going to help out Force Strange, but will it be enough? I don't think so. This is the carriers completely empty.
Microbial... Dukin Steadfast. That was insane. The Queen stands strong. The Hydra stands strong. There are no interceptors left on the field. Once again, rebuilding one at a time. The Zealot's going to charge in here as they do have Zealot legs finally, but there's just not enough. And now we see Denver just marauding forward with all of his Hydras. Another Microbial Shroud coming down. He kills the 3rd base, now putting himself in a 4 versus 2 situation. And Steadfast, is it your birthday? Because you get the present you asked for. We see Denver now getting that +2 Carapace to counteract, make his Hydras a bit tankier. Up the ramp is scary, but another Microbial Shroud going down means that the Hydras can just stand there.
Yeah, they're just chilling. Now, Denver does have to be a little bit careful, but he is looking to end the game right here, right now, before the Interceptor count can be rebuilt. And he's going to